air at ABC 27. I know that. We just you're on the air, Gino. And we're on the air up and down the Seminole IMG Sports Network. So we had to make a microphone repair, Coach, and I think we got you up and running there. We had a little microphone problem.
They say I talk too fast.
No. It was a little wire problem. We had to switch it out. So anyway, it takes a little more than 2 minutes to switch a microphone. We had a 2-minute break. So here we are, back in action, and ready for some more phone calls.
Let's go.
Michelle from Tallahassee is next. Go ahead, Michelle. You're on the air.
Hi there, Gene and Coach Fisher. I'm a first-time caller,
thank you.
I'm really, really so proud of our Knowles. Oh my goodness!
Thank you, Michelle. I am too.
You're doing an awesome job to build character, and this past game was a character-building game. Oh my goodness!
You're right.
My question, first of all, hats off to all the guys that really had important roles. Rashad Green and Roberto Aguayo, and his stats are phenomenal. Well, Roberto's stats are phenomenal. But I also had a question about the false starts.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
had a plethora of false starts.
We sure did now.
And are we? I'm sure we're working on those, correct?
We worked on them a bunch, I promise. Hey, I was not pleased. And the funny thing about it, from experienced guys, you had 2 from Bobby, 2 from Josue. I believe we had 4 or 5. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. And guys that usually don't make those mistakes, but it just shows you still, no matter how much experience you have in big moments, you play good people, sometimes you get nervous or you'll make a play like that. And sometimes it comes from wanting to make a play too bad and trying to get a jump on things, or get a jump. You're playing a good player, maybe get that half a step that you can do that, but you can't do it. You got to keep your poise. That's exactly right. And we had a couple of those were very costly at some critical times in the game. And I want to say something else. As I say, everybody's talking about our players and coaches. I want to thank the fans for the atmosphere and environment again created in Doak Campbell Stadium. The both games we've been there has been sold out. It's been packed. Do not underestimate the power of y'all had on our players and coaches to keep us in the game, to keep fighting, that all goes hand in hand. That is not just a player thing. That's not just a character thing. That's the things I asked you for and I talk about when you create an atmosphere and environment for a whole organization. It creates a culture when folks come in here to play, and I thank you all for that very much.
How about, exactly. 82,319 and complete sellout, and Coach,
but it was 82,319 yelling from play one to the last
from play one all the way to that final touchdown run by Carlos. To win the thing in overtime. JJ, thanks for your telephone call, Michelle, a first-time caller. JJ is from Tallahassee. Go ahead, JJ. You're on the air with Jimbo.
Hello?
Yeah, JJ,
Coach?
you're on. Go ahead.
Hey, okay, good deal, man. I've been a season ticket holder, graduate from Florida State, and I was there for the 0-11 year under Coach Jones. So congratulations. My question to you, Eddie Goldman, man, where did he come from? I mean, where y'all been feeding that big boy?
I know. We need to go find about 10, 11 more of those guys, don't we? I mean, he's from Washington, D.C., and he is a tremendous player. And, I said this last year. He played much better than we give him credit for last year, but he was just overshadowed by Timmy Jernigan, Joyner, Telvin Smith. I mean, he was a huge – Mario Edwards. He was a huge part of our team a year ago that just, and you can't – there's only so many guys you can single out that people notice, but this guy keeps emerging and becoming that dominant guy. And you got to think now, as big as Timmy was, this guy's about 3.5 inches taller at 6'4", 6'4.5", and he's 320 pounds, is even bigger, can run. This guy is really, not only playing well, but now he's learning to be a dominant player, and I hope he continues that because he played as well as he's ever played here since he's been here, and he keeps doing that week in, week out, and very happy for Eddie. Tremendous player.
All right, JJ, the question about Eddie Goldman, defensive tackle / defensive end for the Florida State Seminoles. Kelly is from Tallahassee. Go ahead, Kelly, you're on the air. Kelly?
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Coach, what's going on?
Not too much, buddy.
You had a tough win Saturday night. I guess congratulate you guys.
Thank you.
But I had a question. Mm-hmm. Last year's rushing and compared to this year's rushing, last year you had a positive all the way through, all the way through the championship game, ACC game. The first couple games this year, you guys are in the negative as far as the rushing yards.
We
I know
were
you
last
guys
game.
are two
The first game
different
we had
teams,
100, and yeah.
but the first two games you had, Clemson and Oklahoma State.
Yep.
I was just wondering why the difference between the negative yards this year so far.
We're just not playing as well. We got to do a better job coaching those guys. We got a better job scheming, putting them in better position, and then we got to get a little more physical and get off the ball and get that rhythm and timing. And it's not just offensive line. Sometimes that falls into tight ends. Okay, there was a couple of runs blocked really well the other night, and we didn't make a block at tight end, which was very rare. Nick, they had some good players that made there, and then we missed a couple cuts. It's accumulation of all those things. But at the end of the day, that's still our responsibility as coaches. And my responsibility as a head coach to make sure that gets done right, and we're continuing to work on it. And I promise you, we're going to get back to running football. We have to if we want to be the team we're going to be. We're not working on it any less. We're just out of sync right now, and we got to get that sync back. I promise.
Okay, Kelly, there's your answer. Thanks for your telephone call. That opens up a line at 1-877-99-KNOWLS. Give us a ring. It's a toll-free call. A reminder from Budweiser: great times are waiting. Designated driver. The Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show, presented by Naples and Infinity, live from the 4 Points by Sheridan, will continue after these messages.